Okay, Thursday morning in the kingdom, and I'm stiff and sore. Unreal. I overdid it as an old guy yesterday, climbing up and down the ladder. But I had my vodka to take the pain away, and I had a hard time sleeping because I was tossing and turning because every bone in my body hurt. Yes, I don't know why, but the main thing is we got it done. All right. This morning we woke up to -10. That feels chilly from the warm weather we've had, but feels like -16 because there's a frickin' breeze. Yes, I'm having to hide behind a welding sleigh. But on the yo-yo scale, feels like +14 Fahrenheit. It is 14 Fahrenheit, but feels like +3 Fahrenheit. Ooh, that's chilly. All right. Yesterday was a good day. Working on the tin, everything went together, except for the gods gave us snow for the last hour and a half, and then it quit snowing when we were done. We are being punished. Also, too, we got a letter in the mail yesterday that offended me. Take a look. See that? Okay? It's a form letter. Yeah, a form letter. Just like the deposed king of Nigeria sends all his people in emails and everything asking for money and stuff. But this here is the WHO-ville reunion club. Yes, they're asking for donations and stuff. I'm offended. Like, I've lived here for 27 years. I'm on national TV around the world that replays constantly all the time, in all the countries around the world. It's not that I was on TV for 15 seconds and forgotten. I'm a 5-star Amazon author with 40 books written, but 23 are released now. And probably 20 of those books are based here in Whoville, right? I just shake my head. Plus, I'm a YouTube influencer. I have videos on YouTube at 300,000. TikTok, we have over views of 300,000. We have a video on there at 2.5 million. Yeah. And I get a form letter. And they wonder, Whoville hates me. Even their reunion committee hates me. That's so impersonal. Like, that's just the lowest of the low. Just like that deposed king of Nigeria. Here's a form letter. Can you send me money so I can get my $5 million back from the Algeria bank? But on the bright side, that made my day, a kingdom follower sent us a stove. Yes, I've installed these before. Yeah, because we had Americans coming up here when the times were good and buying cheap houses in Whoville and then using them as timeshares or whatever. So they'd come up, fish for 2 weeks, and then another cousin or relative would come up and stay in the house and fish and stuff like that. So this is kind of neat. It brings back memories, and we thank the YouTube subscriber or kingdom follower for the gift. We will install it or do it as a video to show people how to do it, right? Do it the King of Obsolete way. Recycle, reuse, repurpose. All right, let's scroll this way. You can see the flags are just a given her. And they were all wrapped the same way today. All right, look at the snow. Unfrickin' real. But it's still not cold enough to plow. Yes, we want a snow base. Yes, not down to the dirt. All right. Look at that. That turned out good. It's good from afar, but far from good. Close enough for curb appeal when people drive by to see the tin. So that will help out. And the fear of the wind getting under the gables there, lifting the tin that's not anchored down, is slowly diminishing because we can't. The air movement stopped. All right, I better get going here. The boss is grouchy because he's been lollygagging this morning. But it'll be a slow day in the kingdom. All right. Well, I better go. Here comes the boss. Okay, not sure why the volume dropped, but that's all par for the course with the modern electronics of today. So let's clean up this shop, maybe wax the promo bike because it's looking dirty. And we got the wood stove going here. We're too stiff and sore to be climbing ladders to finish off the tin there. So let's listen to the wood stove sounds. Ooh, it sounds like the fireplace channel. All right, let's get to work. Okay, stopping at 12:30 for a late lunch because I was on a production roll and fighting to get these ones apart. And I like this one because all of a sudden the guy must have run out of nails because he kind of didn't put any nails in it. So it's kind of nice to take that one apart. And we have to keep up production because the wheelbarrow is empty right there. So I just filled it up. Let's go have some lunch. And it's trying to snow. The joys of a window. I can see what's going on outside in the world.
Thursday morning in WHO-ville, and it's just after 8:30, and I'm getting ready to head on up into work. As you can see off into the distance, we have a bit of a sunrise coming in, but with all these snow clouds, and it is still snowing, as you can see. I don't think we'll see much of the sun today or any of the blue sky. Now let's get ready, let the dogs back in, and head to work. Little after 1 p.m. and I just got off work. As you can see, the sun is trying to break through the clouds. There's even a bit of blue sky trying to peek through as well. Now it's time to head inside and let the dogs out and make lunch. Then I'm going to head on over to the kingdom and get my skidoo out. I cannot wait. I'm very excited, so let's get going. 2 o'clock and now it's time to head on over to the kingdom. I filled up my dad's water jugs this morning and I bought him a pork chop and a few other things in the bag. So let's head on over and get the skidoo out. Little after 2 p.m. and I just got to the kingdom. As you can see, the sun is still trying to peek out behind the clouds, but it does look like there's another storm rolling in, so I better get the skidoo out and go drag a couple of the dog trails here before it gets snowed in again. Looks like my dad has the mini out and he is back blading in front of the hoe shack and the loader shed here. That way we can get the stuff out when we need to. We can't really plow snow right now because the ground isn't completely frozen yet, so we would just be gouging and making more of a mess than anything. Now he's going to go over to the doggy door and clear that open as well. He's also plowing a trail over to it. That way he can let the dogs in and out of the shed when they need to, and then he'll go around to the skidoo/quad and trailer shed and plow that out as well. That way I can get the skidoo out. Now I am inside the skidoo/quad shed here, and I'm going to get both of the skidoos running. This will be the one I take home, my good old Polaris. I got this back in 2018 or 19, I'm pretty sure, and it still does its job. Then we have my 1997 410 Yamaha Enticer. This thing still runs like the day we got it. While I work on getting the skidoos going, my dad came up to grab one of the water bins here that are filled with wood, as you can see. He's going to drag it down with the mini, hopefully, that way we don't have to get the loader out today. All else fails, we might end up having to get the loader out so we can get some wood down to the shop. I think it's caught on a rock. With his little thumb on there, I'm not sure if he'll be able to reach around completely and get a good hook on it. Yep, he's stuck on a rock. Switching over to my dad's phone, since my phone is slowly dying since I was at work this morning and didn't have a chance to charge it, but that's okay. Now that I have my dad's phone, I can head out onto the north and south trail to go pack them down. This is a 2019 Polaris 500 Voyager. This thing is very light and it kind of has a long track on the bottom, as you can see there, so it just floats over the snow. I haven't really gotten stuck with it yet, so that's pretty good. Now let's go pack some trails. Got the quad put away into the skidoo and quad shed here. We were going to take the Yami out today, but we don't need it, so it can sit in the shed until we do, because I don't want it sitting out in the snow and getting all wet. I did take the battery off the quad as well. Now let's get going. I also switched everything from the quad over to my skidoo here. That way I have all my chains and my tarps, and I also have all my strapping and stuff for when I go shopping. This will be the first skidoo of the season, so now let's head on out and pack some trails, and hopefully I don't get stuck. I was supposed to take the pallet drag out and go do a couple trails with that, but as you can see here, it's way too warm and the snow is too sticky from right here, so I'm going to go out and just pack the trails with the skidoo, and then once it firms up, then I can take the drag out. I am going to go down the north trail here, and then I'll go down the south trail on the other end. Now I am down on the north trail here. I have to do about 2 passes on here, one closest to that tree line, then one on this tree line. That way I can make it nice and wide. As you can see, my dad has been walking down here, or at least the dogs have anyway, so I better get it packed. That way it's nice and clean for them. The skidoo does a pretty good job of packing it down. Once it firms up, I can bring the drag down here. We'll make it nice and wide and even flatter for my dad and the dogs. That way he'll be walking in luxury. The last thing we want is him to slip and fall, or the snow to be too deep and he won't be able to walk the dogs in it. Just came off the north trail just up on the hill here, and that way takes you to the muskeg, and then if you go all the way back this way, it loops around to the kingdom. We even have the little bypass off to the side here, so let's head on up to the rabbit tower and see how that's doing. Made it over to the rabbit tower, as you can see there. I'm not going to climb up it because my boots are a little too big and I'm scared I might slip and fall. Then what am I going to do? Scream for help from my dad? He wears earplugs, so I don't think he would hear me, but I'm sure if I didn't show back up with the skidoo after a while, he would come looking. Now I am at the start of the south trail here. I did 2 passes on the north, so hopefully that'll firm it up a little bit, and then I can take the pallet drag down there within the next couple of days. Now I'm going to go down the south trail here and pack it down a few times, because as you can see, my dad's been walking down here. I think he uses the south trail more than the north one nowadays. Just passing by the wood pile here, as you can see just down the trail there. You can't really see much wood anymore with how much snow there is. Now I'm going to go down this way, which continues on to the south trail, and then I'm going to go past the mattress corner. Just passing by Mattress Corner here, and I just pulled off onto the side because I don't feel like going actually down to Mattress Corner since it's just in the bush over here. Look at that tree. All this snow has caused that tree to fall over. It wasn't like that before the last time I came down here with the quad and I grabbed all those pails that day. Now let's continue on to the Austin Powers turnaround. Down at the Austin Powers turnaround, and look at this snow. It wasn't snowing like this when I first got here, and they are pretty big chunks of snow as well. I better get this finished up and head on back into WHO-ville because I forgot this skidoo does not have headlights. Last thing I want to do is be stuck out here at 5 o'clock in pitch blackness and not be able to make it back into WHO-ville. Just came out from the south trail over there. You can just see my tracks coming in this way. Now I have to do a second pass, but I don't have to record for this one since I did it on the first pass, so I can speed through it. Not actually speed through it. I do have to go pretty slow. That way I can pack her down nicely. 3:30 and it's just after coffee, and I finished up on the north and south trail there. I just forgot to do a little video. Now it's time to head on back into WHO-ville so I can do my weather, but before I do that I have to pack down my yard so I can get my skidoo in and out because I do not feel like shoveling my whole driveway out, and now that I got the skidoo I can just pack everything down. Just before 4 o'clock, and now it's time to start packing my driveway down. As you can see, it doesn't need that much. I just have to go back and forth here a bit and then pack down towards the house a smidge. That way my dad can get the water truck in next time we do water. And then I want to pack down out in here as well so I can walk around. Didn't take me very long and I got the front yard packed down. I didn't go out very far because I'm sure they're going to do the snow again and then put up a big snow drift and I'll have to shovel that down. But it is pretty much packed for now, so let's head inside and let the dogs out. 4:30, and this is the temperature we're sitting at today. It's -8 degrees Celsius, which is 17 degrees Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. I'm not sure if this is 100% right or not, but I'm glad my weather network finally changed. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs back in, start making supper, and end my day.
Okay, here's the staff heading home. We have to put a barrel there to mark the tin. Oh, the staff went out the front gate instead. Ooh, that's sneaky of her. All right, so there's the flags in their natural state. Everything is going well. Okay, I filled up the wagon and the wheelbarrow. We took the top off that tote. This is how we do wood here. We got other mixtures of wood in here that we can burn together or whatever. Okay, and then over here, the wheelbarrow's ready to go in when it's time. Okay, the wood stove's putting off some good heat because we can smell the paint from the double barrel. And our gloves are drying here, so this is working out good. And I'm going to spend the rest of the afternoon pounding out these nails. This is going rather well. Then these 2x6s will be used up here in the roof because we got to get some insulation in there. Yes, I've talked about it once. Let's talk about it twice, like a marriage. Okay, I got all the nails pulled and we're ready to, how would you say, make these boards hang. Okay, so over here, I went up the ladder. Yes, I'm hurting. And we got to get this 2x6 to stick to the side of that drill pipe up there. And then give it some hanging ability down. We want it to hang because when we remove the tin in 20 years time, we can add more insulation because heat rises. So yesterday sitting on that tin outside, it was warm on the bum. Yes, yeah, my hemorrhoids like that. Okay, so now we have to, how would you say, think in the future so we can actually improve ourselves. I don't know if the money tree is going to blossom by then or whatever. So now we have to get these 2x6 to hang off the drill pipe, but we can't drill holes in it because that takes the strength out of it. So that's what I mean. We have to think and, I would say, enjoy vodka. So one of the joys of living at the end of the world, we have lots of plate steel from petroleum tanks and stuff like that. Flat bar is kind of like gold to us, just like square tubing. So let's cut out some flat pieces here. We'll pop a hole in and then booger weld it to the side of the drill steel, okay? And we're using the plasma cutter, which seemed to survive the wetness outside because we blew him off with the snow, so he seems to be okay. Now that I've said that, he'll probably have an issue and blow up, and then I have to hand cut this with a chop saw or something. Oh well, let's get these holes drilled. Okay, that sure is nice having the welder with the exhaust going outside versus into the wood stove chimney like we did for 25 years or 27 years where it was. So this works out good. Except for we oiled the flex pipe down, so it's still smoking and stuff like that, but a couple of more hours it should burn off. So we used the welder and welded those little angle plates or those flat plates up there. So let's see if the luck is in my favor. Oh, that's kind of fuzzy. I guess you don't shine light at the camera at the light. Okay. Oh, the me phone at the light. So let's see if we can get maybe a 2x6 up there to make it look good for the boss. Okay, let's try this again for the third and final time, hopefully. I'm thinking about boobies and vodka, I guess. All right, the wood stove's pumping out some nice heat. We have our wood there. Yes, that's recycled, repurposed. Just like the insulation over there, it's that blue stuff, so you can see it there. So we cut it down to fit in between the boards that we magically got the holes stay up there. We drilled the holes, it worked out good. And also, oh, here's the light. Also, too, on top of that blue insulation, we can add more when we remove the tin from on top. It's pretty smart thinking, eh? But let's see what we can do. All right, we did a good day's work. I only had to climb the ladder, 20 times, so I'm hurting and my pain medication, vodka, is waiting me. Okay, the Mini did a nice job. Oh, these lips need some vodka. The hoe did an excellent job of backblading here, okay? And then we're pushing snow up against the new part here to get it to insulate. I just filled the wood stove, so we got a good smoke show for the Swedish kid. We'll quickly scroll this way. Look at how dark it is here in the kingdom. I might be scared of the boogeyman. And the flags are in their natural state of being limp. All right, let's go walk the dogs, drink some beer, and make a video. Talk to you later.